Alright, let's do the story quest. Ignis Purgatorius chapter. But more than that, she wants to know her own ending. So, this is kind of getting at what the demo was hinting at with how she feels like she's no longer needed because the children of the Hearth are ready to take care of themselves on their own. I guess the goal for Arlecchino, like one of the goals, which is what I was trying to figure out, I was asking, what is Arlecchino's goals? What are her motives? What's she trying to do? What's her end game? Because we have a character who might think that maybe due to her curse or her upbringing, maybe, that she doesn't belong in this world, right? And that can be visually indicated by how she glitches all over the place. So perhaps it's the case that Arlecchino wants to disappear per se, but she can't do so because she needs the house to be in a good place because she grew up in this house, and so she wants it to be a place where people can grow to be well and healthy, I suppose, instead of fighting to kill each other all the time. And so this glitchiness, right? Maybe it indicates to me, okay, maybe she's just saying, hey, don't ask me about this because you're gonna die. Maybe they don't show us any goals because she doesn't have any goals and she needs to find goals and motives. Maybe it'd be outside the Fatui. Because being part of the Fatui, it's, you know, it's also pretty sus on its own. Alright, Arlecchino, let's go. Boom. When the Hearth-Flame Goes Out.
Hey, traveler. Paimon.
What's Lyney doing at Poisson?
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
Sure.
Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved.
You think, traveler? You think? The line is so blurry between the Fatui and like who's conflicting. It's like, okay, sure, there can be different harbingers leading different Fatuis, right? So it's like, okay, maybe we won't fight the Fatui led by the Knave, but then maybe we'll fight the Fatui led by Dottore. But then it's like, oh, why doesn't the Knave just be like, hey, don't hurt the traveler or whatever. You don't have to fight them, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe Dottore's like, no, I'm going to do whatever I want. And then it's like, I guess the harbingers are like, okay, fine, whatever. We don't care that much. Anyways, it's just weird. Like, see, the closer we become to the harbingers and the Fatui, I'm afraid it makes us lose tension in the story.
To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
There's a coup. There's a coup.
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
Okay.
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
Child? Child?
Lyney, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Yes, father.
Of course, father.
Dang, he said of course instead of yes. Okay, same thing. Maybe the
It
phantom
has
child
long
is from
been a
her
dream of
childhood,
mine to
the other
invite
friend.
you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings.
Yeah, when the Hearth-Flame goes out, dude, the title itself is already suggesting that something's gotta go, right? The Hearth-Flame has to be referring to Arlecchino. There's a chest here? Oh my gosh. How did I miss this chest? Oh my gosh. Who are you?
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here! Of course! Father and Lyney have told us so much about you.
Father told us about how you helped Lyney. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend.
When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity.
Oh, but
He
they're
was
probably
labeled
trouble.
a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family.
Yeah, we could not pry, but we could also just probably be like, hey, what's with y'all? Why y'all not a coherent family? Something the matter?
You're right. We're only here as guests after all.
And yet we always find a way to stick our noses into everything. Hey, just saying it how it is.
Oh, Lyney's getting super far ahead.
Freminent, what are you doing here?
What's up, bro?
Just follow me.
You're back!
Oh my gosh!
I'm friends with you this time.
Dude! Wait, is this not the...
Hello, my name's Lyney. I grew up in
Wait,
the
is
House
this
of the
not
Hearth.
the
And you
one of her
are?
childhood friends? Wait.
Hi, Lyney. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth.
Whoa,
Just
whoa,
like
whoa,
you.
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I see what we mean by. I get what we mean by, yeah, this phantom child. Yeah, this must be the phantom child. Trying to remember what her name was. Her name's Clervie. Clervie. Okay, this is Clervie. Yeah, it is Clervie. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, where's the other NPC? The other kid?
You can call me Clervie.
Uh-oh. No, they actually made a design for her. That's pretty cool. We don't know the name of the other girl,
To hear
the
the
blonde,
story.
of the blonde hair
Excuse me,
girl.
Mother.
This
She's
one.
doing a funeral for her spider.
You, haven't told Father, have you?
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been keeping her hidden.
Oh, I can see where this is going. Eventually, Arlecchino's gonna find out. It's gonna awaken this weekly boss knave in her, and we gotta calm her down. And then she has to face. They're probably gonna interact with each other, I assume. But
For how long?
About half a month.
what the? Yo, man's just keeping a girl in his home hidden for half a month. Well, come on, Freminent. What are you doing, man? You gotta tell your parents, dog. Sneaking girls in. Come on, man.
And not a single person
Bro,
was there
what
to
you
help
looking
him.
for? What's little sis looking for? I don't get how telling Arlecchino would be considered betrayal.
I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't know.
Wait, dealt with? What? Well, why couldn't she just join the house? Or maybe, like, since they recognize that she's a phantom child, that she's a spirit, not an actual person, then I guess it's part of the rules of the house to get rid of any spirits, I suppose. So maybe that's probably the other explanation. So, Clervie, who are you? What kind of spirit are you?
Tell right away, cause I also have a friend like that.
Who's your friend, huh? Does she have white hair? And a curse on her hands? And crossed eyes?
I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
Okay. This is some interesting stuff. Alright. Like, what are the roots of the House of the Hearth? Is it all Fatui based? That'd be pretty dark, right? If it all links back to Dottore. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the previous Harbinger had been doing dealings with Dottore where she would send children to be experimented on by Dottore. So maybe, like, the point of this is to make it so that the House of the Hearth doesn't have any kind of darkness, right? Nothing corrupt about it.
I'm sorry, Lyney. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I, for one, wish you did.
Right? That's what I'm saying too, Lyney. He should just reach out to you. He should have reached out to you and Lynette earlier. Yeah, there's this thematic idea out there of what makes family. Is it blood? Or is it, like, what's the other word? Is it, like, closeness? Or just how much you're there for each other? Like, does blood make you family? Yeah, technically, but that's not the only thing that can make you family. Oh! Whoa! Oh, what the Yo, where you go? Yo, she's glitching out of existence, just like Arlecchino. Yo, let's go. Let's tell
Thank
Lynette.
you.
Let's get Lynette in on this, too.
I was really hoping to keep you out of it.
Okay, I do think they should explicitly state why turning in Clervie would be considered bad. I'm assuming the reason is because the House of the Hearth, if they saw any spirits, they would just get rid of them. So that's like the only plausible explanation, but I think they should explicitly say it. Because right now, as the audience, I'm like, wait, why would you not tell Father about this? You're even admitting that you're committing treason, quote unquote betrayal, that the House of the Hearth doesn't tolerate. So yeah, why don't you just tell Arlecchino? Maybe it's because her soul needs closure. But then when she died, when Arlecchino killed her, she died smiling, so it feels like she already had closure.
She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she follows.
But it does seem like her spirit is somewhat tied to the House of the Hearth, so maybe we need to release her from the house, right?
No one else gets involved. Can you do that for me?
Lyney, I'm confused because just like literally minutes earlier, you were telling Freminent that I wish you had pulled me into the situation as well. So why don't we just pull Lynette into this? Why are we doing the same thing? Why are you asking Freminent to do the same thing you were condemning him for earlier? At least involve Lynette into this, and then you can all say that. Because the three of them, not the two of these right here, it's the three of them that have the closest bond. I'm kind of nitpicking, but also not. I'm not really nitpicking. I don't know.
All right.
It just feels weird to me.
Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready?
Oh my gosh,
1,
Lynette's gonna
2,
appear.
3.
Lynette's gonna appear. Yep, there she is.
I swear.
How'd I... Hey, see, even the writers know exactly what I was saying. They could not have Lynette not involved in this.
You're an idiot, brother.
This guy's next in line to be the father of the House of the Hearth? Alright, I get it. Yo, put Lynette as the father, man.
And you too, Freminent.
I agree. Why are we trying to keep everything solo? In fact, why is Arlecchino trying to do everything by herself, huh? Say that to Arlecchino. You're an idiot,
you 3,
Arlecchino.
Traveler, and you 4, Paimon.
Wait, that means she's talking to us, the audience, too. No, I'm an idiot. No. Okay, so in summary, I think the premise of this story quest is fine. Cool. According to Arlecchino's voice lines, didn't she, like, ever since she took over, she stopped sending children over to Dotoria, yeah?
A wish?
It can be anything you want.
Oh.
Just imagine.
Oh my gosh.
It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
To see the aurora in Snezhnaya. To see the aurora in Snezhnaya. Say it, say it, say it. Say it. I know that's your wish. She's gonna look up.
To
What?
go outside.
Wait, that's kind of depressing. That's kind of depressing. Oh yeah, let's go have a chat with Arlecchino and then just be like, oh yeah, I met this kid named Clervie
really
the other
hope
day.
This goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved.
Alright, this is more serious than what it initially felt like. Yo! Oh! Hey, it's my mans. It's my mans. The guy who I'm saving for. Hey, it's my mans. Oh, look, he's okay. Wait, does he have his vision back? Yeah, he has his vision back, too. So they came back from Snezhnaya. I'm assuming she gave Childe his vision back while they were in Snezhnaya. And then they're back in Fontaine. Why is Childe back here? Hey, I welcome it.
It's the knave and Childe. Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Bro recovered in one day and it's like, yo, I gotta fight some more.
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here.
Whoa, so, wow, he woke up during his transport to
I
Snezhnaya.
couldn't have that now, could I?
Okay, so then the Fatui that were carrying him, they were probably like, Master Childe, your injuries are still serious. Don't get up, don't move. And then Childe's like, peace. I gotta go back to Fontaine. Is he back just for his fight with Navile? Oh, please let that be the reason. He's got unfinished beef with Navile. With that bloody Hydrosolverin, eh?
My
Oh.
master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left.
Oh wait, that makes a lot of sense. Wait. I completely forgot about Skirk. Oh, I think I might have forgotten because Skirk didn't have any interactions with Childe. She just appeared while Childe was already unconscious and then yeeted him out. So then someone must have told Childe that Skirk was there, or Childe had seen Skirk while he was fighting the whale. And this makes sense, narratively speaking, because Childe's been wanting to search for Skirk for a very long time, ever since he got out of the abyss. Meanwhile, me was wanting the rematch, or a match between him and Navile and Clorind. The fact that we're having this in this story quest is good.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, She's not going to be found. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
You mean the rooster? Pulcinella?
Project Stuzha?
Why are we just talking about this in front of the traveler? I'm here for it though.
Why do you call yourself father?
Huh, good question. I'd also like to know.
Dude, I'm so happy to see Child, dude. Holy. I don't know. I'm just happy to see him. Man, I want to make a video on him.
That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Yep, call it out, Child. Call it out. We know she's just putting up a front.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, but what's keeping her occupied at home? Has she not already investigated the House of the Hearth? I guess she had to get all the children out first.
Wait, don't go!
Yeah, tell us more, yeah.
I'd also like to hear the answer to this.
I would also like to hear the answer to this as well, yes.
I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser.
I feel like that's a pretty big statement.
Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
Oh. Yo, wouldn't Arlecchino take pretty heavy offense to this because she's someone who would never betray her children? Damn, Child. I think Child should also explain more about why he thinks that Arlecchino would have reason to betray. Like the Tsaritsa, for example.
You've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you?
Oh.
At least, that's what I heard.
But this is probably like a goodwill, because this is a rumor that Child's hearing, so it's likely something like, oh, Dottore said something like, oh, the knave? Yeah, she doesn't let me experiment on children anymore. Wow, what a betrayal to the House of the Hearth. And that's probably like the quote-unquote betrayal. But of course, that's not really a betrayal, right? So, depending on what this betrayal was, that gives us some implications and potential insights into Pulcinella as a character. Because, for example, if Arlecchino did something, let's say, for the sake of simplicity, that she actually did something bad, then that puts some more goodwill onto Pulcinella's character. But if what Arlecchino did was quote-unquote good, like maybe stopping some really bad practice in the House of the Hearth, for example, sending children to Dottore for experimentation, if Arlecchino stopped that and Pulcinella sees that as a betrayal, then that gives us some more negative insight into Pulcinella's character.
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Yeah, see, there it is. There it is.
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine?
Wait, is this where she actually tells us that it was just a ruse?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like Arlecchino was born... maybe something to do with the Abyss, probably. And then she just ended up in Fontaine somehow. Did he see Clervie?
I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so... friendly. The losing party would lose everything, including their life.
Fight Club. Also, the way that she says including their life makes it seems like, yeah, she clearly doesn't want people to lose their lives over just some petty fight, right?
Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, while Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
What the heck?
Okay. I get the picture.
Wait, that's... Wait. Another one dropped.
Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
Hey, so I wanted to add a quick post-recording session around why I appreciate having Child in this scene. Because having him involved here has given us payoff to Arlecchino's character, where we learn about her with some support from Child, and then it also gives us some setup for the future, in particular about this whole Project Stuzha thing, which is really interesting in and of itself. So for Child, I think it's very likely that the next time we see him, he should be in the Abyss. He should be going back to the Abyss. And the evidence here is that, well, he wants to meet Skirk again, and Skirk is tied to the Abyss, but Skirk will only appear if she wants to meet him. It's likely not easy for Childe to just meet Skirk as he wants when he goes to the Abyss, because Childe also literally tells us that he needs to become stronger, and so that's when Skirk would want to see him again if he were to become even stronger. So, what better way to become stronger than to go back to the Abyss to train again? Another point is that we know that Piero used to send Scaramouche into the Abyss for various testing reasons or experiments and missions. But since Wanderer has erased himself from Irminsul, Piero may want to have Childe take on Scaramouche's previous duties in the Abyss. So it's a win-win here. Childe wants to go back to the Abyss anyways, to train and get stronger and to meet Skirk, and then Piero wants some Harbinger in the Abyss as well for some secret missions. And thirdly, which is kind of related, but it gets the Abyss more involved in the story narratively, which I think it's very important that it does, because we are at the point in the story where it needs to be more relevant and more involved. So I think we should definitely be seeing Childe in the Abyss very soon, which I'm very excited about. Oh no, they're NPCs. Oh no, NPCs.
Oh, yikes. That Aurora guy has a...
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again after that.
So yeah, the question is, did she kill them or did she just let them go? Oh, they seem to not want to believe it.
This is all because of Project Stuzha, isn't it?
What if it's related to Osile? No, it was the Abyss Order that was trying to make use of Osile's power. Never mind. But it could be. It's probably something Abyss related. So if they weren't successful, then they wouldn't have a role in the project? Is that what you're telling me?
Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding.
Yeah, it has to be. Like, they just need forces, right? Like, this project requires people to be used in some way, and it has to be used as fighting forces. Where do you need fighting forces? Probably in the Abyss. Arlecchino's not a villain. He never was. It was all Dottore. It was him all along. He controlled Wanderer. Now he's controlling the House of the Hearth. Oh. I wonder if Piero's in on it too. Probably he is. It's just that Dottore's more deranged than Piero. But Piero's more Machiavellian. He's just like, oh, well, we have a goal. I don't care how we get there. We have a goal.
Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me.
Okay.
As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, and you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
Damn, dude. I don't know how she's seen it, but the fact that she's seen it again and again, that sucks. That sucks. Dottore is the true mastermind, the true evil, damn it. Stop him. Stop him at all costs.
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Oh no, she's talking about the previous knave. Oh no, it's a misunderstanding.
Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
There it is.
Mother?
Wait. It's so interesting because in the animated short, didn't seem to be any kind of animosity that Clervie had towards the mother, right? So I wonder what the timeline is. The story here, or at least the game, so the game is portraying her as a kid. So this is telling me that it's during her childhood, right? Unless she like died as a teenager, has the memories somehow, and then it's just in a child's body, I guess? I don't know.
If only Perry were here, she'd understand.
Oh, is Perry dead?
Perry. There's that name again.
Oh my gosh, I just realized this. This is just a short name for Perry. How do you say it?
Where's Peruere?
Peruere. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is Arlecchino. Jesus.
Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Hey, wanna
Oh
hear a secret?
no! Oh
I heard that
no!
if you look up at the night sky in
Oh
Schneider, you can see
no!
the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty.
Oh,
Even prettier than the moon tonight.
oh, the writers are actually including this. Oh, oh, aware. Oh no, those who know, those who know. No! Oh, this is sad. I'm getting teary-eyed. Oh no. Welp, we know how this story ends. Welp. Wait. Maybe at the end of the story quest, she can get closure because Arlecchino can either tell her about it or like spiritually transfer them to Snezhnaya and then they can see the Aurora together. Oh my gosh. Please give them the closure. Give them the closure. Please. Please. Oh no, don't make us see it. Don't make us see it. Definitely give it to Arlecchino.
Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together.
No, duh.
That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership.
Right, and this also means that the Fatui, and because of how highly ranked Dottore is, he sees the House of the Hearth as expendable. He sees Arlecchino as expendable because she's not willing to work with him. He would rather have the previous knave 100%.
Secret experiment.
On her?
Secret experiment?
There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
There are no exceptions.
Okay, what is the fate? Is it death or is it just letting them go?
I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules
Oh.
of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
Okay, so the wording here, you could kind of maybe argue that it's not death, but I think the story is just telling us, yeah, it's death. They will die.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most.
I mean, clearly, unless we see her do it, then I find it a little hard to believe. Because we haven't seen any dead bodies, right? All Lyney said is, hey, I just never seen that guy again. But do we know if he's dead? I don't know. And plus, I don't know. Like, would it be good for Arlecchino's character if she followed in the footsteps of the previous knave? Because we know Arlecchino stopped most of the proposals from Dottore, except one secret experiment, which we should know about soon. Maybe it's on her. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see. I think my heart says she's definitely changed in some way. Like, she's doing things differently. Like, her principles aren't the same as the previous knaves.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nervalet, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean.
Freedom. Right? Freedom.
Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
So, yeah, I don't know about this last part that she just said. So, but what she's saying is pretty much every person that goes through the house has potential. And eventually, we want them to reach the ocean. Now, the ocean could represent freedom. Cue Attack on Titan. But it could also just represent them being at their full potential, joining the rest of the world. Which is essentially freedom in a way. But then some of them don't make it to the ocean. Some of them, just because they don't make it to the ocean doesn't mean they have to dry out, right? They don't have to die out. So I think she's implying here that no, the people that disappear, quote unquote, from the House of the Hearth, it's more so that they are being sent to places where they can do well in can thrive in.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Yo, those spring water from Snezhnaya must be good. Because that's running through the snowy rivers. Oh, it reminds me of like some places in Japan in the process of how sake is made. They would go up to the mountains, right? In the cold, snowy mountains of Japan. And you would just get water from the rivers. And then they would be kept well for years on end in a well-maintained refrigerator of some kind. And that, you know, helps make rice sake like super, super good. So.
Indeed.
Are you all right?
Who is this guy?
Jeez, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
it's-
I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
Ah, so this is the person with the scar that Lyney had mentioned earlier when we were looking at the portfolios, huh? The one that he never saw again? He must have died, right? This is talking about the analogy where, referring to the analogy where she says that some rivers, they don't have to dry out. They can go to places where they thrive. So there it is.
I'll take 3 papers. Here, your payment.
Oh, thank you for your patronage. I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself.
I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Lyney some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clervie, are you not?
Yes,
And
yes.
my relationship to her.
That's right. That's right. Y'all need some closure?
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Into the sunlight. Oh my. Oh my. Into the sunlight. That's the closure. That's the name of a closure if I've ever seen it. Alright, part 4. Probably the last one. This is a fitting one for a conclusion. Yo, you gonna tell us about Clervie? Oh no. This is her the former house. This is where it's located. Oh my gosh. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's likely gonna be some inheritance going on. Because it's in the ruins, right? So you can have themes with the past.
Take it easy.
And Clervie's from the past, so it'd be a thematic place to settle any conflicts and resolve like emotional closure.
And this is where it all happened. I'll start from the beginning.
Why don't we get Clervie to explain?
Clervie was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. She was Clervie's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house.
What a shitty mother, because she probably didn't even feel any remorse for Clervie's death. And the fact that she was just raising all of the kids to eventually fight and kill each other. Jesus Christ. What a shitty person.
Clervie was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat.
Blood related, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Clervie, loves Crucibina, right? Even though they're blood. So it kind of touches on the themes that Lyney was talking about earlier with how even though him and Freminent aren't related by blood, they're still family. Yeah, this was from the animation short, part 1, where the kids were fawning over the fact that they'll have to eventually fight and kill each other to be the king.
While Clervie longed for freedom, Peruere was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Clervie told Peruere that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed.
So she kind of inherited her dream. I wonder if Arlecchino considers this current iteration of the House of the Hearth to be a real family where no one is killed or sacrificed.
A fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Damn, so she lost the will one day?
Oh no.
Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross.
And isn't that sad? Isn't that bloody sad? The fact that she's been basically abused for 10 plus years and still she has, I would say, like, the kindness to still see Cruza Bena as her mother, even after all that abuse. You could call it naivety, you could call it pity or whatever, but I do think there is some kindness in that, as unfortunate as it is, right? It is sad, but I can't blame. I don't think we can just like blame that because yeah, blood isn't everything, but blood is still important. Like I'm not gonna blame someone for, you know, like this, like blame like you know a fictional character, whatever. But even in real life, right? Even if like a family member treats us poorly, that yeah, at the end of the day, we can still see them as family members and still recognize the dumb things that they put us through. So even though the situation is unfortunate, but I guess what I'm trying to say out of this is that yeah, there's some good depth here to these characters. Okay, I'm not sure where this is. Okay, I think I know where this is going. So it seems to me like Clervie had to decide between killing her mother or like she, above anything else, Clervie wants freedom because the House of the Hearth is a garbage place being treated by her garbage mother. And it seems like she decided that only two options were available for freedom, which was one, killing her mother, or death, which would be a freedom in its own way. Again, it's sad that she has to decide or that she has to choose between these two things. When, you know, they could, well, I was going to say that they could fight together, but Clervie probably didn't want to even see her mother be killed by Arlecchino, so.
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free.
And there it is.
Is where the story ends. Any more questions?
I have a question. Why did you decide to stop the traditional rules of killing? What made you decide to do that? Because you went from like a cold-blooded person who would, yeah, even kill your best friend Clervie, but it doesn't seem like she's telling us anything about what made her change, right? Does she harbor any ill will towards Cruza Bena? Well, the animated short definitely made it seem that way.
A certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume.
Oh yeah, right, she has special powers. Her curse.
No matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Well, it's funny because you've probably had like how many years to kill her again, but hey, how come you haven't? But
However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
yeah, because she changed the rules such that you don't have to die, right? You can just do like light duels, which is consistent with what she said before. No, show some determination. Come on, let's go. Yup, that's right. Cold. Don't be hot-headed like Pyro. Be cold. That's the thing, man. Like, Arlecchino's been all talk, but not show when it comes to punishment. Right? We saw the freaking scar guy, the guy with the scar, who is clearly one of the previous children of the Hearth, and he's doing well, right? Is this delusion? Delusion? Oh, wow. Peruere? No, is this her delusion? I don't think so. It's likely just her inner powers, right?
Kindness has been seared away.
Rotation. Oh, I'm dead.
Who's next?
Oops. Oh, okay. Wait, this boss fight's pretty cool so far.
Now's our chance.
Over here.
Oh yeah, okay, finally the support I was looking for. Okay. Damn, bro. Show your determination.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
She said, I'm a group y'all.
Oh, I know.
No! I'm sorry, Father!
Oh hey, Traveler has Hydro, even though I don't have Hydro.
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Reminds me of Lancer recalling his spear.
Father, no!
So basically, we're no match.
You're stronger than I expected.
Dude, she looks so sick. Oh, there's her power.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Oh my gosh, she's low diffing us so hard.
Everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Indeed, they're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved.
Right, there is a lot of details about her. The fact that whoever she consumes or her shadow flames consume, they can reincarnate.
Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away.
Oh, so that's why he didn't recognize Arlecchino, but she recognized him. Ah. Yeah, I mean, that's why Clervie forgot her memories. And that's why they're never seen again. Because no one remembers them, right? Because I would think that she's taking away the memories of their time in the House of the Hearth. And this is freedom, and they don't have to remember those memories. Which, wow, I like her a lot. I'm impressed. Yeah, I think there's definitely more to come, but yeah, I think I see where this is going, and I'm impressed. So it's not an easy way out, right? If you can't withstand the pain, you die. But it definitely is a step away from Crucibena, right? This is testing the will. And this is very consistent with the water analogy that she told Navile.
In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house and give you a new identity.
Wow. I think there's a lot of depth here. There's definitely a lot of depth to her character, and yeah, I want to think about it more. She's definitely a wolf. Definitely a wolf. Right, so I think it's important to see that this is like not a easy way out, right? Like messing with people's memories. I mean, we saw what happened with Irmisol, right? But I think this way, like narratively speaking, fits this character because these memories it's the person themselves that forgets them, but not the world around them per se. This also gives an indication that maybe Arlecchino could remember Scaramouche, technically speaking, but...
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
We still need Clervie's closure, but again, it's not really letting you go per se, right? It's... Well, I mean, it is letting them go in a way, but it's... I think there is thematic point to this. It's not just a simple thing.
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Right, so this is pretty much saying that, yeah, they lose their sense of self. They're not going to be the same person. Arlecchino is quite literally taking away their individuality. And that's not something that's handled lightly. Like my initial thoughts, right? My gut reaction has always been, no, you don't take away their memories because it takes away a core part of them. So I'm not saying that this is like a good thing that the knave is doing, but it is, I suppose, her way of doing it. And I can try to understand why she has decided to do things this way, right? And I can find appreciation for characters like this. Yeah, I mean, like they're, not all of the memories they had in the House of the Hearth was bad, especially under Arlecchino, right? They've all shared memories together. This is their punishment, but, you can spin some light onto it that they're being free, but it is a punishment.
Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father.
And this is exactly what the demo at the end, right? With her saying that they no longer need someone to take care of them.
Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Can we talk now?
You died, Clervie. That's what happened. So one night, we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. And you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, for the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die.
And like I said before, isn't that fucking sad?
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
Yeah, I think you should just kill her. Or like, not like in a bad way, just like she has closure. I don't think she belongs in this world. Let her move on. Oh, cutscene?
Clervie, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, By my authority as the knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Peruere. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday. I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures.
Wow.
But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye.
Oh, so she's still present? Jesus Christ.
Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father? But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuzha at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down.
It's pretty ominous.
Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Dude, Arlecchino is so strong. Holy. She literally low-diffed the trio siblings and the Traveler. She low-diffed them. I mean, Dottore pretty much slapped us without even transforming, but yeah, Arlecchino is super strong. Okay, I get it now. This is why she's like willing to betray, quote-unquote, betray the Tsaritsa to take up arms against her if she's forced to.
At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain.
This is the wolf. Yup, this is the wolf in sheep's clothing. Alright, I get it.
No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Well, damn, I gotta say, like, yo, like, this is a really good quest. Oh, there's so many thoughts I want to share. I think this video is already going to be super long just for, like, from all my reactions that I want to put in it, but would I say that she's a good person? No. Would I say she's a bad person? No. But I am impressed with her writing. That's, yeah, I'm impressed.
If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
Wow. What an interesting character. Just very interesting. I think there's a lot of nuance with her. I think she definitely has flaws. Mainly like her, maybe like the ignorance of emotions. But there are also like some ironic things and perhaps some contradictory things with the fact that she's a Fatui harbinger, you know, and her colleagues are the doctor who's done all these experiments. And we're just gonna let them roam free, right? it is making me realize more and more that Hoyoverse wants to portray the Fatui as very morally gray. And perhaps that's always been the case, but I think as we get closer to the end of the story, right? Or maybe not the end, but as we get closer to the last nation, Snezhnaya and Celestia and the Abyss, right? The Fatui aren't the enemies per se to focus on. Like, the bigger picture is likely just Celestia and perhaps the Abyss, I don't know. But I do know that I liked the story quest a lot. This showed me why she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I think she's a kind of character that deserves a more separate analysis. But I think I've said the majority of my thoughts throughout the story quest on her character. I think her boss fight was pretty cool too. It was pretty interactive. Thank goodness they finally introduced another weekly boss that's fun to fight. Wow, just, yeah, overall, very impressed. Very impressed. I don't know if I'm gonna get her. Maybe I'll get her on the rerun. But I can say I've been very impressed with her writing. So yeah, I appreciate the story quest. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. Thank you for watching.